This could be a follow-up to the video I filmed where I showed the back of a building with a lot of First Nations art on it. Guess what I did on my way to, was it Safeway or Save On? I can't remember. There's a First Nations guy sitting on the ground beside the entrance, and he says, "You wouldn't happen to have any change?" I didn't have change. I was going to do cash back with my debit. He said, "Oh, you don't have change? I'll take two $100 bill." And I show him inside my wallet. There's nothing. And I said, "Well, I could buy some food if you kind of tell me what you like." And it took him a while. He was still trying to convince me to get him money. And he said he'll eat anything. He doesn't have allergies. So I grabbed him I'm glad he's still there. It's really windy tonight, and his hat was still on. So my first comment when I came out is, "Oh, you still got your hat?" And I say, "You okay with an egg sandwich?" And yes, and he did a thank you gesture, but he put it on the ground and started eating it. Still maybe hoping for money. So was hunger the main motivation? Now, I'm not a person that would give money when I'm not certain what it'll be used for, because I don't promote drug addiction. I worked in programs that help people not get caught in that. So, and I don't know if these programs even exist anymore, because I think just people don't do the work. So following up with that building is, a lot of the times money is given by governments, and it's strategically, although you don't have to do a lot of strategy to implement this strategy. It just manifests because money corrupts everybody. So, but they're quite happy to notice it goes into organizations of First Nations where they don't help. And sometimes they don't help because they judge the people that are under them. And you know how they judge them, or what they judge them for? For needing help. Now, this can easily be measured by the government, and if they cared, they would not give the money to them. They would say, "Show us results. We come once in a while, show us let us interview people, and at random," right? Not that you set up as appointments, because I tell you, it's like, it's come to the point, it's like when I'm traveling in Uganda, and it's like USA, these big organizations that get money from, and that can include the Red Cross, it gets money from like billions from countries, UN, and it really is like, how can you get this much money and it takes so much less than that to help the people and nobody gets helped? Like people think I have mental illness, but all the data is there, and this is normal. And some people know and they're upset about it, but they don't want to do something about it like I do, and they don't persist to help the people, including the people that receive money to help the people, whether it's First Nations or not. And that's why they hate me. They hate me to even volunteer in places, because then they get to see themselves in the mirror, although strategically that's not what I attempt to do. It's to actually help their people. Whether it's, from this ethnicity or this culture or this one, I can't do it. I can't do it. Nobody lets me help. So it's pretty sad. So let's say the First Nations people there in that building that work there at the highest level, okay, that move money around and they judge others from their own culture for the issues they have that they're supposed to help them with, but they don't. Now let's say they have ancestors, and let's say their ancestors are in spirit form with the animals, and they observe my life helping their people and their life. Guess who they're going to be proud of? Their own ancestors. And who they're going to be ashamed of? Them. Now, they don't even care if I say this, and they reference who they are in this way, which would be them seeing themselves in the mirror. When I compare myself to them, I think, "This is what I did today, this is what I did today. I lost money helping your people, and not only do you not give me part-time work with all the money you get, but you won't even let me volunteer." So let's talk about who the heroes and the villains are, but change the subject, because this was actually supposed to be an idea I had yesterday about the next Spider-Man movie. Is it Felicia Hardy? Or Harding? Anyway, the character in the comics of Spider-Man that became the Black Cat. In the cartoon, she kind of had the super soldier serum, but aside from being a great thief, she was acrobatic. Maybe not as skilled a fighter as they made the Black Cat in the DC comics, but in the comics, she kind of developed a power of bad luck to others. So not luck to herself, like Longshot, another Marvel character, has, like an aura of good luck that protects them, which is an interesting villain or ally to have in coordination with Spider-Man that has a a spider sense about danger. But Black Cat, that would make an awesome movie, maybe a third one for Garfield as the actor. It'd be the Black Cat, more or less, anti-hero. Not sure how much, maybe some team up, some fight with Spider-Man, some help him go through his struggle. I don't know, she'll make it out of hers. But the power she has, aside from being an incredible acrobat, she doesn't have any specific physical enhanced abilities, but if anybody's trying to chase her, they would kind of tumble, almost like the X power of, the Scarlet Witch, which would be an interesting thing of complexity relationship between them. The way he ended the movie saving MJ from the other character of Spider-Man, which was a great way to redeem himself, and now he's like ready to become a hero again, and he meets her who's kind of on the fence of hero-villain and who still can't understand. She might even be developing a theme of mental illness, because if she has this power and she doesn't understand it, and she sees people that are like having accidents around her, she might think she's cursed, not knowing that stranger had bad intentions. And of course she's gorgeous, which often creates, especially in the comics, more villains for the gorgeous heroes. But also, they'd be like she'd be developing a paranoia almost. Like, why are so many people after me, and some things happen to them, and it's like she couldn't understand everything about it. So there'd be some mental illness, maybe one or two themes or axis of mental illness that could develop. And it would, again, maybe the Garfield actor character, he would learn more about the mind, mental health, mental illness, psychiatry, and also understand himself, so he would make even more progress to get out of, because people that do personal development out of hardships, it's important to not just learn about mental health, but to learn about the functioning of the brain and learn about the traumas that it caused, the wiring, the neurons, all this stuff. So he would understand himself and his powers, his journey as a hero, and maybe be able to guide her, and that'd be kind of cool that she would become, and I don't know what actress, and I always prefer they try new actors or actresses instead of keep giving the fame and fortune and celebrity status, because they become nuts actors when they become way too famous. And there's always relative unknowns, like the character who does Miss Marvel, with the Pakistani. I find the storyline immature, but the actor is excellent, that girl. She's pretty new as an actress to be known, and she's phenomenal. You could put her in much more complex scenes and movies, and I hope they do with the big movie she's going to be part of, the trilogy of characters, because her acting skills are awesome. So find her like a blonde or grayish, hair kind of Black Cat actress we've never seen, and surprise us with somebody brand new without even introducing her before the movie. Because then we're like just looking at the character only. And if it blows our mind and we think of her as an actress later, sure, give her an award. But empower the new actors and actresses in movies. That's what the good directors should keep doing, and many of them have.